He leads the Bearcats also in scoring and rebounds with 19 and 8 per game. He had a big game against Nebraska with 31 points, 11 rebounds. That's one of his 4 double-doubles on the year so far.
HEB, the official grocer of the Sam Houston State Bearcats and the Bearcat Sports Network. Here we go, the Western Athletic Conference opener for Sam Houston State at home against UTRGV. Sam Houston 1-0, they beat Lamar on Saturday, and the tip is won. Savion Flagg wins the tip. Here's the starting 5 presented by Miller Lite. Sam Houston in white, UTRGV in orange. Flagg, Lampley, May, Ipe, and Ray, the starting 5 for Jason Hooten in his 12th season. First possession, nice kick out. They love the 3-pointers. That's short. Offensive rebound. Ipe, left-handed pass into the paint. And nice touch with the right hand from Jaden Ray.
Well, great job on Tristan Ipe with that rebound, and Ray darting toward the lane.
Ray, the junior from Midwest City, Oklahoma. Sam Houston basketball. UTRGV, it's WAC opener. They were supposed to play at SFA. That game canceled due to COVID. So what was a 2-city Northeast Texas road trip has morphed into a single-game road trip, and they open tonight with a lot of layoff before this game.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how rusty the Vaqueros are tonight.
Off to the side, right wing 3 is missed. That's Mike Adewumi. No real word on why Justin Johnson's not starting. Their leading scorer, the transfer from Southern Miss, our featured player in the Open. We had a conversation yesterday, head coach Matt Figger. We were under the impression he is available, but they've been dealing with injuries and absences all year, so no Johnson in the starting lineup tonight.
I think that's the state of basketball these days, Matt. Just you have to be fluid night in and night out.
Off to the left, Adewume, cross court. B.J. Simmons, tightly contested. Off the back iron with 2 left on the shot clock. Rebound pulled in by Flagg. Nearly a travel. And then improvisation there from Flagg, throwing it off of Merrick Nelson, the freshman from Plano.
Well, I think it was a great job by Flagg. He knew he didn't see a pass to be had, so he put it out of bounds off the Vaqueros.
Nice screen. Missed from the right wing from Lampley. Another offensive rebound nearly there. Here come the Vaqueros with Adewumi. Grad transfer from SIU Edwardsville. Vaqueros spread the floor. They love to push the tempo. One of the fastest teams in the country tempo-wise. Here's Nelson off to the left for Adewumi, the grad transfer. Contested threes off the right rim from Doc Nelson. Falls into the hands of JV and May.
Well, you mentioned how fast the Vaqueros like to run. Looks like the Bearcats are going to try to keep up with them tonight.
Transition defense, the #1 key tonight for Coach Hooten and the Bearcats. Left wing 3 is short. Another offensive board for Sam Houston. There's a right wing 3, that's short. Nearly another offensive board for Flagg, but he forces it. And it will stay Sam Houston possession, last touched by B.J. Simmons, the sophomore from Cedar Hill.
Yeah, B.J. Simmons tried to get position to get that rebound, but it just went off of him after Flagg hit it. I think second chance points or opportunities are going to be real important for both teams tonight.
Another open 3 from Flagg. It's off the back rim. Another offensive rebound, but the fat was too fast that time from May. It came from Tristan Ipe.
Yeah, Ipe got that offensive board and tried to get it to Javion May, and it just went through his hands.
The last game for the Vaqueros way back on December 17th at UTSA, a win. Another missed layup. Rebound picked up by Flagg. They had their most recent game canceled against Southwestern Adventist. And then a game that was scheduled for SFA was also canceled. Straightaway 3 off the back rim from Flagg. Both teams ice cold here in the first 3 minutes.
Yeah, and Savion Flagg's going to take a 3-pointer if he sees it. He just needs to get his rhythm going.
Bearcats 1 for 7 from the field. Vaqueros 0 for 4. Simmons, touch foul as he drove to the basket. That was Javion May, a junior from Chicago out of Hope Academy. It's an interesting matchup. Two veteran coaches, Matt Figger in his first season at UTRGV, 4 years as the head coach at Austin Peay, where he was the 2018 Ohio Valley Coach of the Year. Jason Hooten, well known around here, a dozen seasons. But with such a long layoff, availability changing, we don't know how well these programs know each other. Another miss on a good look inside. That was Raekwon Taylor, the freshman from Montgomery. UTRGV has a lid on the basket in the first few minutes. Here's Lampley, first team all-conference in the Southland last year. Preseason all-WAC in the preseason awards this season. Nearly lost at midcourts, regathered by Flagg. Lampley with 6 to shoot. High screen, it's Ray to the corner. And that's off the back iron. Good look and a miss from Javian May. Outlet pass into traffic, ill-advised, but it bounces to UTRGV. And finally on the board, the Vaqueros here in Huntsville. That bucket for Raekwon Taylor, the freshman from Montgomery.
Well, Taylor was fortunate to get a misdirected.
Moving screen, and we've reached the under 16 media timeout. Sloppy basketball here in Huntsville. 2-2 after 4 minutes, and the WAC opener for UTRGV, the home opener for Sam Houston.
So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it.
Drive. It's what propels the champions, the comeback kids. Drive. It's what propels the champions, the comeback kids. Drive. It's what propels the champions, the comeback kids. Hold the line!
Welcome back. Matt Peterson with Ken Holland. A defensive battle in the first 4 minutes, 2-2 at the media timeout.
Well, I think there's also some sloppiness going on too, Matt. I mean, a lot of good defense going on, but I think both teams are trying to find their way right now.
We still have not seen Justin Johnson, the transfer from Southern Miss, the leading scorer for the Vaqueros, 17 points, 6 rebounds per game. These players have been used a lot due to a lack of available bodies. They had 6 or 7 scholarship players available for a few of their games in December. They've had 4 of their frontline players in the front court unavailable this season. Been a short bench for the Vaqueros. There's a corner 3 missed by Marick Nelson.
From what I understand, the WAC meeting earlier today, if you have 7 players and 1 coach, you put a team on the court.
Becoming the norm. It was started by the ACC, and many conferences have followed. I think it's a good rule because, especially if the players are vaccinated, sometimes it's just tough luck if you're going to pick up a positive test. There is a corner 3 from Marick Nelson, a freshman from Plano. He's one of those forwards who's getting more and more playing time. He's been in and out of the lineup with injury. And Coach Figger told me yesterday when he's in the lineup and making threes and driving the ball, we're tough to beat. He was huge in the win at UTSA a few weeks ago.
Well, and to your point, a lot of people are getting a lot of time to play with all these bodies out each night.
Baseline jumper from Savion Flagg, the grad transfer from A&M. Out of Alvin, Texas, and Alvin High School. Best friends with Sam Houston teammate Tristan Ipe. Ricky Doc Nelson Jr. from Houston. Wears 5. Here he is taking a 3. That's off the mark. And a rebound underneath from Kean Scroggins, a nice role player for Coach Hooten, the freshman from Raymore, Missouri. Right hand off the window from Jaden Ray.
Yeah, nice touch by Jaden Ray there, getting around the defense.
In the paint, adjustment and a blocking foul on Javion May. Second foul already on May.
That's one thing, if you'll watch the Bearcats tonight, Matt, I've been watching them a little bit, taking those charges. They've been doing a real good job, especially Kean Scroggins. Visited with him and asked him about that. He, end of the year last year, he's taken a lot of charges, and he really works on that great technique, gets in front of the ball, but he sees the court really well and is able to get that big body over there and position himself for a charge. So let's see how many he can get tonight.
Wholesale changes right at this free throw as 3 players come in, including Justin Johnson, number 1 in orange. He's joined by Quentin Johnson II. As 3 changes are made by Coach Matt Figger. Again, no word on why Justin Johnson didn't start. The leading scorer for the Vaqueros in the game at the 13:55 mark. Nelson makes both. Had a good game at Illinois. This team had a lead at Illinois early in the non-conference, but couldn't close it out. They've had an up-and-down season. Some really tough games. He says we had our bell rung in our second game of the year at Arizona. Tough non-conference schedule for UTRGV.
Well, I think these WAC teams, they're really doing a good job of getting their pre-conference slate with some great teams to see how good they're going to be for their conference season.
Good cross-court pass, jab step from Quentin Johnson II, the sophomore from Oklahoma City. Recycles top of the key. Savion Johnson, the grad transfer from Chicago State. He's from Dallas. Now it's B.J. Simmons. Right wing, a 3, halfway down for Nelson, and rebounded by Damon Nicholas Jr. Dante Powers to the corner. Another missed 3 from Sam Houston. That was Lampley with a good look. Fake from Powers. Powers looking for the entry pass to Scroggins. 3-second violation. Scroggins was fighting for a position but stayed in the paint too long.
Well, Matt, it does look like we have Justin Johnson in the game finally, number 1. Getting our first look at him.
Johnson averaging 36 minutes per game, 17 points and 6 rebounds for the junior transfer from Southern Miss. Here he is, 1 in orange, 6'6" guard. They tried to recruit him to Austin Peay when Matt Figger was the head coach there. Ended up going the JUCO route before Southern Miss, to South Georgia Tech before Southern Miss. Explosiveness from Johnson, he missed it short, and the rebound pulled in by Tristan Ipe. Great feed, Scroggins will lay it in. Excellent pass there from Dante Powers.
Well, great job by the Bearcats getting back down the court with a man down. And nice job positioning by Kean Scroggins for the bucket.
8-7 Sam Houston. Vaqueros nearly 3 minutes without a bucket. Johnson gets the high screen. Good dribbling. Avoids the charge and lays it up for his first 2 tonight. He can play the 1, the 2, or the 3 position for this team. He's really carried the Vaqueros early on. Lampley hits that 3. That was 4 feet beyond the arc. Sam Houston missed its first 8 from downtown before that 3 from DeMarcus Lampley.
Well, they pushed the line back this season, and he went further than that for the 3-pointer.
They will keep shooting amongst the national leaders in attempted 3-pointers on the season. Sam Houston has attempted the 16th most threes in the country. And one opportunity, Merrick Nelson, the freshman from Plano, has battled injury And his coach, Matt Figger, told me yesterday when he's playing well, he's hard to guard. We reached the under 12-minute media timeout after a cold start. Vaqueros heating up 11 apiece here in Huntsville.
So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it.
Drive. It's what propels the champions, the comeback kids. Drive. It's what propels the champions, the comeback kids. Drive. It's what propels the champions, the comeback kids.
(11-11). Matt Peterson with Ken Holland. Sam Houston opened up conference play on Saturday with the win over Lamar. Trying to roll into this WAC season. And the scouting report I got from Coach Hooten yesterday about the difference between the Southland and the WAC from a basketball perspective is that it's a deeper conference. Southland can be a bit top heavy. The WAC is deeper, a little bit longer, a little bit more athletic.
Yeah, and it's definitely one of those things in this new conference where night in and night out, you're going to have to play some quality teams. And like you said, the size differential is a lot different as well.
Nelson completes the three-point play. He's been the best player so far for UTRGV. 8 points, 3 of 3 from the line in 9 minutes. Top of the key now for Jaden Ray, the junior transfer from Northern Oklahoma Community College. Cook into the game, number 2 in white. Here's Ipe, gathers himself. Excellent feed inside, reverse layup for Savion Flagg.
You know what's interesting about that, Matt? I was here a little earlier watching some warm-ups with the Bearcat basketball team, and they worked on exactly that underneath the basket play for about 10, 20 minutes.
Full court pressure, Simmons off to the corner. Deep three, off the mark for Xavier Johnson, the Dallas native. The teams have combined to go 2 for 16 from beyond the arc here in the first half.
You have to wonder who's going to heat it up.
Good ball fake, off to the corner, Jaron Cook for 3.
There we go.
Freshman from Carrollton out of Newman Smith High School. Sam Houston's made its last 4 shots. 4-point lead, its largest so far today. Straightaway 3, a nice answer from the Vaqueros. Xavier Johnson, transfer from Chicago State, averaged 15.5 points per game 2 years ago at Chicago State. Running layup is off the mark. Rebounding foul underneath. That's against Xavier Johnson, the grad transfer. Seen large substitution patterns for Matt Figger, 3 on, 3 off a few times here in the first half.
What do you think about that when you have those multi-player subs?
I like it actually, as that's missed, kicked out, here they go. They like to play up tempo, Ken. I think rest is important, but I also think you kind of build cohesion in groups. So it's like a line change in hockey, 3 or 4 guys coming on at once. And you can develop these groups in practice.
Right. Well, and then you see the whole team being subbed out too every now and again. That's pretty interesting to watch.
Several 7 players have been out since the start of the season. tonight, we see about 10 players available for UTRGV. As there's a foul underneath. BJ Simmons, Quentin Johnson are back. BJ was ineligible for transfer reasons, Quentin personal reasons. 3 players judged ineligible by the NCAA right before the season. 3 players with significant injuries. 1 had to leave for personal injuries. For UTRGV and first-year head coach Matt Figger, some adversity in the non-conference, but they've had some good results, as mentioned, as Ipe makes the first free throw. They won at UTSA. He said, we played ugly, but we won by 18, and they tasted victory in that final non-conference game, and they're hoping that would carry over into tonight.
Well, and, you know, if you have the right leadership, and I think Coach Figger has it, when you have the leadership in place and it's tough and things don't always go your way, but then you bond together, you know, so they're having to do that. I mean, I think you're seeing that across the country with teams that are having to be resilient.
First 2 points for Ipe. Good ball movement here from the Vaqueros. Straightaway 3 is right there. Both teams finally heating up from beyond the arc. That from Mike Adewumi, the grad transfer from SIU Edwardsville. Well, Coach Figger told me he coached against him 2 years ago at SIU Edwardsville. Had 14 points, 6 rebounds one season. He was in the portal. He's had to play out of position due to injuries this year, number 0 in orange. Missed 3 Lampley, tipped out. Offensive rebound, kept alive there by Flagg. Here's Flagg, 17 feet from the basket, he missed it. Adewumi with the rebound. 18 apiece, 8.5 minutes left in the first half. WAC opener for UTRGV. Sam Houston beat Lamar on Saturday. Charging on Adewumi. Excellent defense that time. Jaden Ray draws the charge. Nelson returns Adewumi to the bench. That's his 2nd personal foul. Flagg, touch pass inside, great ball movement. It cycles out to Ray, who missed the open 3. And the rebound pulled in by Raekwon Taylor, the freshman from Montgomery, Alabama. Butler, a few between the leg dribbles. Taylor hands it off. High screen. Dangerous crossover dribble, but it worked out and the bucket is there. He went right in front of his defender. And it works out for Laquan Butler out of Benton Harbor, Michigan. He's a junior. UTRGV leading by 2. There's a 3 from Savion Flagg. 9 points, 4.5 rebounds per game last year at Texas A&M for Savion Flagg. Back and forth first half. Sam Houston up a point. Butler attacking again. Acrobatic layup. He scored 4 in a row for the Vaqueros.
Butler really does a great job of getting into the lane, maneuvering his body acrobatically, scoring the buckets.
Has battled an ankle injury this season. Offensive foul that time as Ipe backed down his man. Good use of the body underneath by Raekwon Taylor. We've reached the under 8-minute media timeout. Vaqueros, after an ice-cold start, have made their last 4 from the field. UTRGV up 2 on the road in Huntsville.
Your husband loves his mesquite smoked ham cut razor thin. That's why H-E-B has online customization and will slice it however you want it. Your daughter loves cheese. She has 27 favorites. Good thing HEB offers an unmatched assortment with over 200 specialty varieties. You love having one less thing to do on your to-do list. That's why HEB does all the shopping for you and then gets it to your car or front door. No store does more to bring the best to your door. Shop HEB with always free curbside and only $5 delivery.
The proud son of hardworking immigrant parents, Eric Rodas chose to serve his country. A father, a soldier, and now a college graduate. He proved that circumstances have nothing to do with your outcome. Since 1879, we've been helping students like Eric determine their future. Sam Houston State University, a great name in education.
Matt Peterson with Ken Holland, a one-point game. UTRGV leading Sam Houston, and Coach Hooten said they'll be ready for us. They've had a lot of time to practice and prepare for this game with all the cancellations.
Yeah, and sometimes, you know, I think you could practice too much for one team. I mean, it's very hard to not stay on your normal schedule. So I think talking to Coach Hooten earlier today, he mentioned how that it's a little disruptive to the sequencing of a season.
First game in more than 2 weeks for UTRGV. Their last game, an 18-point win at UTSA December 17th. Offensive foul, the most common call we've seen tonight. That one against Justin Johnson. We've seen maybe 4 or 5 already in the first half.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, you know, the Bearcats defensively, they start positioning themselves for that and watch tendencies by the Vaqueros. Draw a lot more of those tonight.
First foul on Johnson, who came off the bench tonight for Matt Figger. And another offensive foul.
Matt, the other thing about the Vaqueros that I'll be wondering about, what is their stamina going to be like tonight? You know, are they going to get fatigued middle of second half, you know, since they haven't been playing? Hopefully they've been able to practice and keep that conditioning up on this layoff.
That was a moving screen on DeMarcus Lampley. Officials tonight, Winston Smith, Larry Spalding, and Kevin Virginillo. First foul on Lampley. There's a 3 off the back iron. Good look and a miss from Laquan Butler. Vaqueros have attempted 19 shots, 10 from beyond the arc, and a response that time from Savion Flagg. He's got 9 for Sam Houston. Johnson in motion misses the 3. That's the up-tempo nature that Vaqueros like to play with under first-year head coach Matt Figger. Corner 3, Lampley. Got it. These teams not afraid to shoot from beyond the arc.
Neither one of them. This game could turn into a real interesting battle through the night.
Sam Houston has attempted 25 shots, 14 of those from beyond the arc. Almost surprised when you see a 2-pointer attempted as a step-back 3 is taken by Butler. Halfway down, rebounded, outlet pass. And there's another offensive foul. That one, as he spun in the lane, another foul on DeMarcus Lampley.
That's a frustrating foul. I think if you're Coach Hooten, you're looking at that going, you had so many other options than to draw that foul. So if you don't mind, I saw that you tweeted earlier, and I have had a Bearcat alumni, Chuck Jones in Georgia. He's watching the telecast, and so it's good to getting the feedback that people actually watch these games.
Good evening, Chuck. Bearcats pick up in full court. It's a 4-point lead. Offense initiated here by Ricky Doc Nelson, the junior from Houston. Here's Johnson. Guarded by Flagg. adjustment and a nice finish. Raekwon Taylor, one of those freshman centers who has had more playing time than expected. He's averaging 7 points per game. Top of the key, ball fake there from Flagg. Flagg from 10 feet. He's got 11 in the first half. 11 points, 6 rebounds for Savion Flagg, the grad transfer from Texas A&M. Runner is missed. Flagg grabs his 7th rebound after the miss from Doc Nelson. Flagg is feeling it off the back rim. Tough rebound and then a loose ball foul on Kean Scroggins. Nice box out underneath from Rick Nelson. Under 4-minute media timeout. Both teams letting it fly from beyond the arc. Bearcats up 4 in the WAC home opener.
So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets.
It's bow time.
Out of gas on game day?
Drive. It's what propels the champions, the comeback kids. Drive. It's what propels the champions, the comeback kids.
And it's NBA on ESPN time. I'm ready.
Very tough circumstances this year for Matt Figger, replacing a UTRGV legend in Lou Hill, who tragically passed away last February at the age of 55. He coached UTRGV against Texas Southern, and the next morning passed away in his sleep. And Matt Figger has said one of his goals this year is to help his players deal with that tragedy and work through this season.
You know, anytime something tragic happens, especially a death of a person that you're close to, it's really, it shocks the system. It's traumatic. It is, especially for young men that are, you know, they're being mentored by an individual. And to be able to go through that process, what Coach Figger is able to do and rally these young men together and allow them to experience something to get over this traumatic event.
There is the honoring of Coach Lou Hill. The seat is left open every game. They leave the first seat on the bench open on every road trip. The players wear his name on their jersey. And Coach Figger told me if it wasn't for Coach Lou Hill, none of us would be here.
Right, that's very special. Kudos to Coach Figger to have the sense to be able to do something special like that.
Coach Figger has emphasized trying to play to honor the memory of Lou Hill. Right wing throws off the back iron, another rebound from Savion Flagg. He'll run the fast break. Left wing three is short. Nelson clears the board. This game has a up-tempo feel. There's another offensive foul. That's on B.J. Simmons, the sophomore from Cedar Hill.
Have you ever seen so many charges called on both sides in the game?
It's almost as if the players are not used to playing inside the three-point line. They're taking so many threes, which is what the coaches want. But once they get past the arc, they lose their basketball fundamentals.
And I think the speed that both teams are playing also creates those opportunities for charges to happen. I think both teams are doing a really great job of positioning themselves. They've amped themselves up because of the speed of the game.
Javon Grant, number 0, the freshman from Pittsburgh, Kansas, into the game. There's a tough shot and a deep two-pointer made by Dante Powers. Johnson thought about the threes, run off the line. Open three off the rim, another rebound by Savion Flagg, who might have a career-high rebounds tonight. Just the way the game is going and the vibe that Flagg is showing as he takes a three. 14 points in 10 rebounds, a double-double in the first half for Savion Flagg, and Coach Matt Figger calls a timeout.
Well, that's his 5th on the year, and like you said, we may see some season highs for Savion Flagg, maybe career highs tonight.
Sam Houston has made 6 of its last 8 field goals. See Chris Mudge, longtime assistant coach in the near ground, talking with one of the officials. It's a veteran coaching staff for Sam Houston under Jason Hooten.
Yeah, Chris Mudge has been with Hooten for a long time. He is a very foundational part of this program. Great in the community. He and his wife and his kids, just a great person. But he really connects with the players, keeps them meshed together well. It's great to see coaches like Chris Mudge in the ballgame.
My conversation last night with head coach Jason Newton, I asked about the notables. Number 19 in the country, threes made per game, 20th in offensive rebounds. He said, we've always been a good three-point shooting team. We emphasize the three as Nelson draws contact, and a putback is there. Excellent rebound and second effort that time from Raekwon Taylor, the freshman, who continues to have a fine game. And we have Kuba Karowski, the grad transfer from Utah State by way of Warsaw, Poland, in the game for Sam Houston. 54 in white, setting a screen here. Going back to the point Coach Hooten made, he said, we've always been a good three-point shooting team. The offensive rebounds have surprised the coaching staff. He said, early on in non-conference, we grabbed a lot of offensive rebounds, and it slowly became one of the identities of this team.
Well, I think when you have like a Tristan Ipe, he's not a big guy, but he plays big. Javion May comes in there, streaks in for offensive rebounds as well. You have a lot of fast, physical guys, and they're able to get to those balls.
Sam Houston now shooting 43% from the field after a slow start. Bearcats have attempted 17 threes here in the first half. Here's Karowski. Nice finish. Up and under from Jaden Ray.
Wow, Jaden Ray, great job with the 3 defenders around him, in and out for that bucket.
Sam Houston, its largest lead, 8 points here. 75 seconds left in the first half. Johnson adjusting, missed it. Another rebound pulled in by Savion Flagg. Up tempo with Jaden Ray. It's Flagg. Teardrop off the window. He gets the roll. 16 and 11 in the first half for Savion Flagg.
Well, our impact player of the game for the Bearcats is definitely living up to that billing. He is feeling it nice tonight.
The lead is stretched to 10. And there's a blocking foul right on the baseline. That was Xavier Johnson attacking the basket. It's on Dante Powers, the junior from Starkville, Mississippi. You know, for Sam Houston, this is kind of a group that Coach Hooten expected 4 returning starters from last year's team. The big difference from last year, Zach Nuttall transferred to SMU, but Savion Flagg replaces him. I think for Coach Hooten, it's finding that leadership. You have 3 other returning starters, most notably DeMarcus Lampley, but I think the roles are still being defined from a leadership perspective.
They are, and it's also it's leadership, it's chemistry, finding out who mixes well together in any given moment. But I think you're starting to see that for the Bearcats as the games tick away, you're seeing them gel together and figure it out. And I think Savion Flagg is really getting comfortable now, and it's going to be interesting to watch him as we progress through the conference season.
Xavier Johnson makes both free throws. He's up to 5 points. Backcourt still. Look at the hustle to keep it alive from Rick Nelson. Adjustment. A second putback. Good effort from the Vaqueros. Offensive rebound and tip in from Raekwon Taylor. A quick 4-point swing. That was awesome effort. Nelson laying out in front of the Sam Houston bench.
Well, it was great hustle by Nelson and Taylor to stay with it on the bucket end and fight for that basket.
4 seconds left in the first half. It's Powers, contested 3 off the back iron. A mini 4-0 run from the Vaqueros. Trims a 10-point deficit to 6 at halftime.
Well, it looks like both the Bearcats and the Vaqueros are fighting hard in this first half. See what kind of adjustments in the halftime and what happens in the second half, Matt.
Savion Flagg, the star of the first half. The grad point lead for Sam Houston. A mini 4-0 run at the end of the first half brought the Vaqueros within 4.
Well, I think what's going to happen here, it's a battle back and forth. The Bearcats have the lead right now, but the Vaqueros, I anticipate them coming out real strong, have a real competitive second half here tonight.
Mike Adewumi will inbound. He's the grad transfer from SIU Edwardsville. Picked up his second foul midway through that first half, limited to just 8 minutes. And he joins Nelson Simmons, Nelson, and Taylor. It's Doc Nelson and Merrick Nelson on the floor, and a foul on the first possession for the Vaqueros. Again, no Justin Johnson in the starting lineup. He came off the bench in the first half. The leading scorer for the Vaqueros, not starting tonight, scored only 2 points in 14 minutes off the bench, was 1 for 4 from the field with 3 assists. Here's Mike Adewumi. Entered the transfer portal from SIU Edwardsville. He's had to play out of position because of injuries at UTRGV. Coach Figger expected him to have a better year than he's had so far, but due to the need to play in different positions, there's some understanding there. Good guy, strong dribble, drive game, fast, athletic. And he says, we need to be the version of Adewumi that he was at SIU for the Vaqueros this season. Bearcats come out with Flagg, Lampley, May, Ipe, and Ray. And there's a 3. Savion Flagg.
Well, great ball movement by the Bearcats opens up Savion Flagg for a big 3-pointer.
Flagg has 19 points and 11 rebounds. Adewumi misses the 3. Up tempo from the Bearcats. Jaden Ray, 13 in white. Short pass for Lampley. Bounce pass between 2. Excellent ball movement. Open 3 from May off the back iron. Eric Nelson clears the rebound for UTRGV. Now the Bearcats' offensive rebounds and attempted threes, that's the name of their game. Tough man-to-man defense as well. For UTRGV, they want to be a better rebounding team, and they just need more depth. Few of their players play more than 35 minutes per game.
That's a lot of minutes for a team that doesn't have a full bench. A lot of fatigue can set in.
Nelson goes to the bench. Quinton Johnson II, the sophomore from Oklahoma City, checks in. Justin Johnson averaging 36 minutes per game. Ricky Nelson at 38 minutes per game. Another 3. Savion Flagg. It's a 10-point lead. Flagg 4 of 9 from beyond the arc. 22 points to go with 11 boards. And there's a rejection from Ipe. 6'6" junior from Deer Park, Texas. Part of the reason Savion Flagg is here, they're best friends. They grew up just south of Houston. Flagg from Alvin. Tristan is from Deer Park. They went to separate high schools, but they used the same trainer growing up. played on the same club team.
Yeah, a big reason that Savion Flagg is here is because of Tristan Ipe.
Nearly a shot clock violation. Indeed it is, as it missed the iron. Missed 3 from Doc Nelson. So in many ways, UTRGV, you have to respect their 5-7 record given their schedule and given the fact that they've lost 4 front court players. They've been down to 6 or 7 scholarship players at times, and players like Ricky Nelson has played 38 minutes per game. Justin Johnson, 36 minutes per game.
And that's what reality is, Matt. But, you know, I would imagine Coach Figger is not going to let that be an excuse for him and his squad.
Scroggins up to 4 points. 6'7", freshman from Missouri. Sam Houston so much more efficient than early on in this game. Inside to Taylor. Taylor backs down Scroggins, draws a foul. Raekwon Taylor goes by Quan, freshman from Montgomery. And Coach Figger told me yesterday, I didn't expect him to help us out this much. Only 3 years of organized basketball before UTRGV. Bright future. Everything new is new to Raekwon Taylor. Now at the free throw line. Him and Dante Houston Jr., the freshman frontmen that have played more than expected due to the injuries. They've had to play against some veteran players. Road games at Arizona, at Illinois. Tough environments for true freshmen.
Well, absolutely. You're coming into a program and you're getting on the road. You're probably expecting to either, redshirt or sit on the bench, and then all of a sudden you're playing at these big time schools, and you just got to go play the game of basketball in hardwood.
21 minutes per game. So Raekwon Taylor, the 6'9" freshman from Montgomery, averaging 7 points per game. 7 players who average 7 points or more per game, the Vaqueros, can score from a variety of places on the roster. Lampley top of the key, Savion Flagg draws a foul. He'll go up for 3 free throws. Wise play from the 5th-year senior Savion Flagg. Basically unguardable at this point tonight.
Yeah, he has definitely found a rhythm, but on possessions like that, when he gets the defender to get off balance and he intelligently throws up a 3-point attempt, and now he's at the line for 3.
Coach Houghton on Savion Flagg. He's been a great player for us, had a great career at Texas A&M, one of the first schools to offer him out of high school, where he went to Alvin High School. He remembered that offer, and when the transfer opportunity came, his best friend Tristan Ipe, part of the recruiting process, and now he's the star of the Sam Houston team, helping replace Zach Nuttall, who went to SMU.
Well, and I think, obviously it was tough losing Zach Nuttall for the Bearcats, but getting a Savion Flagg and his abilities, different type of player, score differently, also rebound really well. I think what you're seeing for the Bearcats, he's coming into his own here in this program.
We saw Coach Houghton giving instructions there. Full court press here from Sam Houston. Still looking for the leadership on the court. Always veteran-laden teams, these Bearcats. Now with Justin Johnson off the bench in the second half, trying to lead the Vaqueros back into this one. Entry pass well denied there by Savion Flagg. The 21st of December, UTRGV got hit with 6 positive cases of COVID. So short-handed practices for the last few weeks.
And that's a big deal with practice, right? I mean, if you can't practice full on with a scout team and things of that nature, it's very, very hard to prepare for games.
Excellent defense. Johnson misses a 3. Another rebound for Savion Flagg. Mid-range jumper short. Flagg had another offensive rebound before he was fouled. Yeah, it's been an interesting year for UTRGV. We mentioned the 4 front court players out. Cherry, Anderson, Butters, and Witt. Skeleton front court with 2 freshmen, in the words of Matt Figger. The practice on New Year's Eve for the Vaqueros was the first since December 20th. They went 11 days without practicing. Handed off, good ball fake. Off the window, just off the rim as well from Damon Nicholas Jr. Straightaway 3 from Lampley off the back iron. Rebounded by Nicholas. Lampley, another 3, that one's true. The lead is up to 17 for the Bearcats. Short on the turnaround from Raekwon Taylor. Corner 3, Lampley. Back-to-back 3s for Lampley. Timeout, RGV.
Wow, these Bearcats have come alive in the early parts of the second half.
Salt in the wound for UTRGV as Raekwon Taylor goes to receive treatment. Left leg being stretched out. Sam Houston up to a 20-point lead thanks to a 17-1 run.
So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it.
Drive. It's what propels the champions, the comeback kids.
It's bow time.
Out of gas on game day?
Drive. It's what propels the champions, the comeback kids.
Point lead for the Bearcats. Trying to go to 2-0 in WAC conference play. Matt Peterson with Ken Holland. Hard to believe these Bearcats started out 1 for 7 from the fields.
Yeah, the game started off real slow on both sides offensively, and it has picked up the pace as we've moved along the game.
Bearcats keep the full court press. UTRGV and Matt Figger, the head coach, looking for answers. It's a foul underneath. Damon Nicholas out of Duncanville High School. And now the under-16 media timeout. The Bearcats led by 6 at the break. They've outscored UTRGV 17-3 here in the second half. A 20-point lead for Sam Houston.
Third-generation Bearcat Tacey Webb roped her way to a national championship through her hard work and fearless dedication. Trading her saddle for nursing scrubs, Tacey set her sights in another arena, a place where she can champion the needs of others. Since 1879, we've been helping students like Tacey reach their championship potential. Sam Houston State University, a great name in education.
To sunrise catchers and faithful fetchers, to smoke artists and fire dancers, to abuelos and their favoritos, to the next generation of anglers and weekend wranglers. HEB brand products were born and raised to be Texas favorites, guaranteed. And they could only come from HEB, to Texas with love.
Growth hacking. Network.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela Burgess. An incredible finish by Hall.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
Back here at Johnson Coliseum, the lead is 20 after the media timeout. Justin Johnson will inbound. Tough night for UTRGV. They average about 19 attempted threes per game. They've attempted 17 tonight and hit only 3 of them. And again, the long layoff last game was December 17th, a win at UTSA. And Coach Figger told me yesterday, we're going to try to get our conditioning and fitness back.
Well, Matt, this is a good quality team with good talent on it. You're seeing the fatigue, you're seeing the lack of playing and the lack of practicing showing up right now.
2 offensive rebounds for Sam Houston. The putback is there for Nuarcus Lampley, and then 2 players slow to get up. Savion Flagg for Sam Houston, and then Justin Johnson for UTRGV. Coach Flagg says we're a up-tempo team, 34th best tempo in the country, number 1 in the country getting to the rim. They haven't got to the rim much tonight. They've settled for a lot of these threes. And I think the layoff clearly on display tonight.
Absolutely, and I think that you also got to give credit to this Bearcat squad. You know, they've game planned the Vaqueros very well, able to shut off those lanes and not let them get to the basket like they like to do.
Justin Johnson, the leading scorer, entered with 17 points per game in 36 minutes per game. He's had 2 points tonight, 1 of 5 from the field in 17 minutes off the bench. It's a lack of player availability, a lack of rebounding, and a lot of front court depth. They've relied on 2 freshmen to carry the load. Significant minutes for the young guys inside, Raekwon Taylor and Dante Houston Jr.
Well, and I think, you know, too, Coach Hooten and his more experienced front court can, you know, exploit that, you know, defensively.
Inbounded. Adewumi has battled foul trouble. Hits that 3. Mike Adewumi, transfer from SIU Edwardsville, the grad transfer from Dallas. Good speed from Jaden Ray, explosive down the left baseline. Ray has 8 points, 4 of 6 from the field in 23 minutes. Corner 3 off the mark. And a foul underneath goes against Sam Houston. Coach Hooten does not like the call. There's Matt Figger, 4 years at Austin Peay, 2018 Ohio Valley Coach of the Year. Before that, assistant at South Carolina, Kansas State, Arkansas, South Alabama, but he's excited to get back to Texas. One of his first junior college head coaching jobs was at Odessa Junior College. And he says he has deep ties in the Houston and Dallas recruiting markets.
Well, that'll bode him very well, especially being where he's at and being in the WAC conference. Being able to recruit out of Houston is going to be very important for him.
Lampley got to the right block, bounce pass intended for Flagg. Last touch by the Vaqueros. It's Sam Houston basketball. And Savion Flagg is now approaching a few career highs.
Absolutely. His career high in points was, we mentioned it earlier, 31 points against Nebraska earlier this season. 16 rebounds while he was at A&M, and we're one rebound away from that. Getting close on points as well.
Just call for a illegal screen as he tried to set the pick for another Sam Houston three. The Bearcats have attempted 46 shots tonight, 25 of those beyond the arc. Good defense from Sam Houston, forcing the timeout called by Mike Adewume before a 5-second violation. Well, you've watched this team up close for the last few years, Ken. And how would you compare this team so far to last year's Sam Houston team?
I think the most noticeable thing is size. You have Kean Scroggins, who played very little last year. He's playing more a role playing off the bench. You have Savion Flagg again coming in a little bit taller, longer. You have Kuba Korowski that comes in and plays some minutes. First 7-footer that they've had on the squad since Michael Holyfield back in the 2000s. And so I think that's the main thing, it's size. And I think Coach Hooten needed to get bigger as he was going into the conference, the WAC conference.
He said length, and he said the depth in teams. You said in the Southland, no disrespect, but many teams were 6 or 7 deep. He says in the WAC, it's more 8 or 9 deep with talented players. It's probably a 1 or 2 player difference in depth across the league.
And I think you mentioned it earlier in the broadcast too. It's the depth of the teams in the league. You're going to be playing and running every night. And so you have to have the depth to keep the stamina and the physicality of the players up through the grind of the season.
Back-to-back fouls from Savion Flagg. First illegal screen and then a reach, and he goes to the bench with 25 points and 15 rebounds in 24 minutes. Merrick Nelson to the line, the freshman from Plano. Coach Figger said when he's playing well, we're hard to guard. 11 points per game for Nelson. Misses the front end of the 1-and-1. He and Taylor lead UTRGV tonight with 9 points apiece. Vaqueros only 6 points since halftime. Good dribbling there from Powers. Inside and a left-handed attempt off the window. Free throws coming for Tristan Ipe. Nelson commits the foul.
Sorry about that. Tristan Ipe is fun to watch. He's 6'6", listed as a forward, but he can play big down underneath the basket.
Returning starter for Sam Houston. Originally went to Blinn Junior College. Before that, played for Sam Houston great Ryan Bright at Deer Park High School. Coach Hooten said he's improved since last year, taking a step forward. Like to see him get into double figures. Around 7 or 8 rebounds, should be in double figures. Hopes him to be a 10.7 rebound per night kind of player.
Coach Hooten is always going to want his players to rebound, and I think that's why he's so excited about Javion May. Already has 6 rebounds, no points tonight, but he goes after rebounds, wants Ipe to rebound more. Savion Flagg is able to rebound. He's excited.
Ipe missed both, but he got his own rebound. There's Lampley, another corner 3. That's off the back iron. Sam Houston basketball.
And tonight, the Bearcats are out rebounding the Vaqueros 38-16, with 14 of those being offensive rebounds.
Lampley in the shadow of some better players his first few years. Now he's first team all Southland last year, first team all WAC in the preseason. And Coach Hooten described his improvement year by year as incremental. Another 3 from the Bearcats. Jaron Cook, the freshman from Carrollton.
That's 10 on the night for the Bearcats.
And would you agree with that assessment on DeMarcus Lampley? Incremental improvement year by year?
Absolutely. Absolutely. He's gotten more comfortable, I think, playing at this level, more comfortable in the offense that Coach Hooten likes to run, and just more confident in himself. And he's a fun player to watch. He's a fun individual, smiles a lot, and I think he's just playing loose right now. And he's got a great cast around him. He doesn't have to be the guy every night, but he can definitely show up and be the leading scorer at any given night.
Laquan Butler, the junior from Michigan, at the free throw line, makes the first. Coach Figger said he's been hindered by some ankle problems. Can score a lot of points in a short span when he's on. Made the first, missed the second. Rebound cleared by Javion May. May from Chicago, described as easily the best defender on the team. 11 in white for Sam Houston. Here's May finishing off the left window. May call for the foul on Butler. His third. Coach Hooten says he's really improved since last year, has improved his jump shot, always been a good rebounder. Coach Hooten would like to see him get to 8 points and 5 rebounds per game. And he's coming back, Ken, from a broken nose. Didn't play against Lamar, but he's good to go tonight.
He's good to go tonight, but he's going to have to sit out a few games because he's going to have a procedure on that nose on Wednesday. So unfortunately, the Bearcats will be without him. But
broken nose, no problem clearing that defensive rebound. Wide open three. Right there. UTRGV really poor perimeter defense tonight. It's been a long layoff, but I'm sure Coach Figger might be tempted to throw the tape out on this one on some of these defensive possessions.
Well, and the Bearcats are approaching 40% from the three-point line as well, and so it's they're shooting it well in the second half.
Now, you never know with coaches. Some will stew on the poor play. Others will want to flush it out. It's great defense from Raekwon Taylor with the rejection. Any guess on how the Vaqueros will handle it? There's another wide open three. There's no one within 15 feet of that attempt. And a miss from Dante Powers.
You know, I think you have to look at how you played the game. You know, did you play, were you in it? Were you fighting the whole time? You know, what can you learn from the matchups that you had against the Bearcats? You know, it's a loss, but
running the floor and missing Javion May. Yeah, I think they want to see effort, fighting all the way through in the second half. Coach Figger is going to send 2 off the bench. Another uncontested 3, that's right there. Have to get a hand in the face there of Jaron Cook.
Yeah, I mean, you know, a team's going to shoot threes. If you're going to let them, they're going to shoot them. So you still have to defend it.
Timeout, UTRGV. Matt Figger displeased with the defensive effort as Sam Houston has stretched the lead to 28. Largest lead of the night for Sam Houston. They've outscored RGV 32-10 since halftime.
So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it.
Drive. It's what propels the champions, the comeback kids.
It's bow time.
Out of gas on game day?
Drive. It's what propels the champions, the comeback kids.
Welcome back. Matt Peterson with Ken Holland. A timeout for the Vaqueros and head coach Matt Figger. Sam Houston's lead is up to 28 points. First game since December 17th for the Vaqueros as they battle through a long layoff. Johnson attacking. Justin Johnson, the transfer from Southern Miss. That's been the standard set this year by number 1 in orange. And there he gets the steal, picking the pocket of Jaden Ray. Johnson draws the foul.
That's going to be on Nicholas as well, his 4th for the game. I think, Matt, what we just saw on both sides of the possession here with Johnson, that's the kind of ball game we were expecting to see when we talked about him at the beginning. They're going to need him to do those kind of things in the rest of the second half to get back in it.
Johnson learning how to adjust to be the main guy on a team, according to head coach Matt Figger. A knack for scoring, hard to guard with his length. I think going back to the defense for UTRGV, we've been critical of the three-point defending, of course, a long layoff. And Coach Figger told me yesterday that they emphasize guarding inside the three-point line. They're missing 4 front court players. It's a young, inexperienced front court. 2 freshmen are the primary front court players. So as a result of guarding inside the 3, you might let the opposition take more threes than you like.
Well, and I think what happens is you have that inexperience at the guard play.
Offensive foul on Johnson.
Had to pause there to watch that play. I think what happens, you have that inexperience at the guard play, and such great ball movement by the Bearcats so fast, they're not able to get out to the three-point line quick enough either. So like you said, they're giving that to them, and the Bearcats are taking advantage of it.
Well, there has been a response since that timeout. 2 steals on back-to-back defensive possessions. Johnson's leading the way with the defensive intensity. But good to see a team respond after a timeout. The Vaqueros have done just that. This is a team that had a lead at Illinois. They beat UTSA by 18 on the road in mid-December. But again, 6 COVID tests that were positive 21st of December. Went 10 days without a practice before New Year's Eve. Really been practicing 3 times since that December 21 day. So really have to put this game in context for UTRGV.
Well, I think like what you just said coming out of the timeout, that just shows you, you know, Coach Figger, he's going to make sure his guys hear his message and make adjustments during the game. Even when you're down this much, you still have to play. You still need to, there's things that you can get better at and do, and, you know, try to get back in it.
Merrick Nelson, the freshman from Plano, makes the first in double figures. 10 points in 26 minutes. Savion Flagg returns, a chance to set 2 career highs tonight. Flagg with 25 points and 15 rebounds. Career high in points is 31, set against Nebraska earlier this year. He's 1 rebound away from matching his rebound career high.
He needs 6 and 1 to finish this game out.
Thanksgiving week, 6 scholarship players. Another 3 from Dante Powers. Sam Houston has now made 13 from beyond the arc tonight. Good bounce pass inside. Adjustment. Justin Johnson all night long. Johnson up to 9 points. Reach in foul committed by B.J. Simmons.
Foul's going to number 10, B.J. Simmons. Second personal.
Kind of a ho-hum conversation with Jason Hooten. Some of his players, mostly DeMarcus Lampley, really know how to turn it on come conference play. I think Lampley got through the non-conference, but he's a veteran player in this group, knows how to win in conference play.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. He knows when to turn it on, and I think he knows, obviously he knew the South Lake Conference real well. He's going to have to make the adjustment going into the WAC, playing like we talked about before, night in and night out, the quality teams of the WAC.
Second time tonight, UTRGV has been called contesting a 3. That's better effort from the Vaqueros. Adewume, frustrating night. He's been in foul trouble throughout. Just picked up his 4th. Lampley to the line. First team all-conference last year, one of 4 returning starters. Become a better team defender in the eyes of Coach Hooten. This is the first free throw. Been some great guards that have come through Sam Houston in the last decade or so.
Absolutely. I think DeMarcus Lampley, the other thing that he does that we don't all get to see is he keeps the team together. He's really good with his teammates. I think they respect him and listen to him. He's not the most vocal out on the court. You don't hear him, but the players hear him.
Lampley's from Phoenix City, Alabama, transfer from Wallace State. It is interesting to see a Sam Houston team that's good at rebounding. No disrespect, but some of the Southland regular season champion teams, not great at rebounding, especially on the defensive glass. This is a good rebounding team, especially on the offensive glass.
Absolutely.
Thrown inside, great entry pass, Nelson. From one Nelson to the other. That was Doc Nelson finding Merrick Nelson. Perfect touch from the doctor there. Over the outstretched hand of Savion Flagg. Coach Hooten just screamed, hold the ball to Jared Cook. Long contested 3, much better 3-point defending since that timeout for the Vaqueros. Short. Quentin Johnson the second. There's 2 Nelsons on the court, 2 Johnsons on the court at the moment for UTRGV, a roster with multiple of the same names.
Confusing.
Lampley catch and shoot 3 off the back iron. Tough rebound from Javion May despite his broken nose.
That's going to be 10 for Javion May.
Ricky Nelson. That's his first personal.
Ricky Doc Nelson, his first foul. At the under 8-minute media timeout, Sam Houston in position to go to 2-0 in the WAC. A big lead over UTRGV.
The proud son of hardworking immigrant parents, Eric Rodas chose to serve his country. A father, a soldier, and now a college graduate. He proved that circumstances have nothing to do with your outcome. Since 1879, we've been helping students like Eric determine their future. Sam Houston State University, a great name in education.
Dear college sports,
there's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal, and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
We've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all all of us.
And college sports.
I pledge.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
Sam Houston in position for a 2-0 start in the WAC. It's a 22-point lead with 7:29 left. What are some areas that Sam Houston can improve before they go on this road trip?
Well, I think that you have to get better, early on in the pre-conference. It was the three-point shooting. It was abysmal. They've gotten better these last two games. I believe they shot 44% against Lamar. They're shooting 39% now. That's going to be an area they need to keep on improving because they're going to take the shot. Savion Flagg is going to take those threes. I think, too, just getting the chemistry running really smoothly, especially on the offensive side. And it's going to bode well for them down through the season.
Javion May made one, missed the second. Macaro's first game since December 17th. Nelson missed it. He's been an Iron Man. The former Episcopal High School star in Houston has played 40 minutes 5 times this season, tied for the second most in the country. Number 5 in orange, Ricky Doc Nelson. Nelson defending there, good ball fake, but a missed three from Dante Powers. Powers lost his starting job. There's another layup from Justin Johnson, now in double figures with 11. Now Powers, maybe the expected point guard, is now being pushed by JD. How have you seen that competition? Now we know they can play on the court at the same time.
Well, and I think that's the great thing about the depth that you talked about earlier. You're going to need both of those guards to play during the season. And for them, whether you start or not, be ready to come in and put it in the minutes.
Nice tip in from Savion Flagg. Now 4 shy of his career high set against Nebraska, 27 points and 15 rebounds for Savion Flagg. Ooh, up and under, missed. Another rebound there from Flagg. He's now equaled the career high with 16 boards. No look pass. Lampley. Unselfish play. May left it for Lampley.
And Matt, Savion got a offensive rebound down here. He now has 17, a new career high for him tonight.
Eclipsing his previous rebound high set win.
I'm not sure. It was back when he was at A&M.
Corner 3, missed.
It was
by
against
Justin
Savannah
Johnson.
State. Sorry about that. It was against Savannah State. I don't have the date on that, but when he played at A&M, he had 16 rebounds. Now he has a new career high of 17.
27 and 17, and only 28 minutes for Savion Flagg. Lampley, quick release 3. Offensive rebound, Jaron Cook. Quinton Johnson the second leads the defensive duties to Doc Nelson. Blocking foul as he came over a bit late. That was Xavier Johnson sliding over. Sam Houston has outscored RGV 43-23 here in the second half.
I think one of the other things I've noticed, Matt, is the unselfishness of the Bearcat team. You talked about Dante Powers not starting, getting pushed. There hasn't been any drama or any players being upset with that, and I think that you're seeing that as they play, how well they play together.
Now, Jaden Ray beat out Dante Bowers for the starting job, but I think modern basketball, the starter reserve definition matters less and less by the year. Sometimes, as Coach Hooten told me, it's personality. Some players can handle coming off the bench better than others. But it's really the group that closes the game that's more important, in my opinion, than the starting five.
And two, these days it's a lot about the matchups. I mean, that's going to dictate as well who you might start night in and night out.
Adewumi playing with 4 fouls. Nice bounce pass inside. Merrick Nelson for the dunk. Nelson leads UTRGV with 15 points. He's 4 of 8 from the field, 6 of 8 from the line in 28 minutes. Excellent backcourt defensive pressure from B.J. Simmons. Lampley. Leaves it for Javon Krantz. Good finish inside from Kean Scroggins.
Great job by Scroggins to notice the defenders coming around him and being a little patient to go up for that bucket.
20 assists on 30 made field goals for Sam Houston tonight. Nice take from Mike Adewumi. Could not finish the layup. A miss on the other end. And an offensive foul against Scroggins as he went for the rebound. 5th foul on Scroggins. We've reached the media timeout, under 4 minutes left. Sam Houston, less than 4 minutes away from a 2-0 start in its first season in the WAC.
So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it. So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that? Others say that, but not everyone gets it.
Drive. It's what propels the champions, the comeback kids. Drive. It's what propels the champions, the comeback kids.
It's bow time.
Out of gas on game day?
Wild Bruins on ESPN, Thursday.
Sam Houston led by 6 at halftime. The lead stretched to 26. And 4 minutes left. Matt Peterson with Ken Holland. UTRGV, they've had some really positive performances this year. They were down by 5 at halftime at Texas, but 17 turnovers in the second half hurt any ability for an upset win. Had the lead at Illinois, best they've played this season. Lost twice to Texas A&M Corpus Christi, but they had 9 double-digit leads in those 2 games, but could not close out the Islanders. Been a season of learning lessons. Offensive foul on Justin Johnson, as Scroggins, playing with 4 fouls, draws the charge. After tonight, Vaqueros return home, Grand Canyon and New Mexico State. Then they head up to Nacogdoches. Conference game against SFA. Turnover. Here come the Vaqueros. Excellent pass. Nelson with the dunk. Wonderful feed from Justin Johnson.
Yeah, that's that up and down that you can see from the Vaqueros when they have the opportunity.
Nelson with 17. 5 of 9 from the field in 29 minutes, plus 6 rebounds. There's another steal. Three-point play opportunity here for Mike Adewumi. Sam Houston all of a sudden very careless with the basketball. Jaden Ray's going to return. Learning experience there for Javon Grant. Javon Grant, a Kansas native. Hearing from Coach Hooten. Now we'll sit down next to Chris Mudge, the assistant coach.
Yeah, he sits in between both assistants, and he's going to have a few words and learning experience there, like you mentioned.
Touch foul on the perimeter. On B.J. Simmons.
You know, Matt, that's what's interesting about basketball. What I like about, there's so many things I like about basketball, but, you know, you can come off the court, you can get pulled in a moment, but then have the opportunity to get instant feedback and make adjustments. And if you're a player that would listen and take that in, you can get back out there and go make an impact. And, you know, not a lot of sports you're able to do that. It's just fun to watch that.
Number 54, Kuba Karowski.
Kuba Karowski returns, the 7-2 grad transfer from Utah State, native of Warsaw, Poland. Cooks makes both. He's had a quiet 14 points tonight. Cook off the bench, 14 points in 12 minutes. He's perfect from beyond the arc. 4 of 4 from deep, plus 3 rebounds.
And that's a great way to describe it. Cook is not a flashy player, but he gets open, gets behind the arc, and drains them. And it's a nice weapon off the bench for Coach Hooten.
Johnson came off the bench tonight. With that free throw, he has 12 points. You know, he's averaged 36 minutes per game. Ricky Doc Nelson, 38 minutes per game. Doc Nelson's been an excellent three-point shooter. Tonight he was 0 for 3, though. Doc Nelson came into tonight's game shooting 61% from beyond the arc, 11 for 18. Wow. But the Vaqueros have struggled. 5 of 21 from deep tonight, 24% as a team. Nearly another steal. Great defensive pressure from the Vaqueros. They might be down by 22, but really since the midway point of the second half to now, the effort is ratcheted up.
Well, it was that timeout that Coach Friggers took, and I think it might have been his last one. He doesn't have any left except for medias, and so, yeah, he provided a spark to his team.
Another steal, behind the back pass, and a dunk for Justin Johnson. The feed from Adewumi. Backcourt pressure. UTRGV not going quietly into the night. There's another steal. Justin Johnson will finish. There's one game that this feels like the deficit's too large, but remember a few years ago, the wild comeback from HBU, they forced overtime. Sam Houston held on, but it was maybe a 14-point deficit with about 2 minutes to go, and HBU came back.
Yeah, I remember that game, and you know, there's a lot of games in the Southland Conference if you go back and you know, think about, and that's one of them. A lot of those SFA, Sam Houston matchups, ACU, you know, a lot of those games where you think that, you know, you got it in the bag, and you look up and they're knocking on the door.
That was the regular season champion Sam Houston team. The Delaney brothers.
Yeah, that was a great squad. Delaney brothers, Marcus Harris, Albert Amonza.
Wow! How about that dunk from Mike Adewumi? Flying through the paint. Sensational. The grad student from Dallas. These Vaqueros not going quietly. I love the effort here from UTRGV. First game in more than 2 weeks. Johnson steps into a 3. It's an 11-0 run for the Vaqueros of UTRGV. From 26 down, they've cut it to 13, a much more respectable score for the visitors from the Rio Grande Valley. And how about that dunk from Mike Adewume?
I think that had a lot of frustration in that dunk.
6'6" wingspan on full display. Short offensive rebound. Good balance to not travel from Damon Nicholas. Now Sam Houston will slow it down. RGV has made its last 6 shots from the field. 5 left on the shot clock. Free throws coming for Damon Nicholas Jr., the freshman from Duncanville.
Well, when you come out and double team, you leave a lane open, and that's what happened.
All right, Ken, buckle your seatbelts for this dunk from Mike Adewume, forthcoming after this. Free throw is made. On a 1 to 10, you're a judge.
Okay.
Dunk contest here early on in WAC play. From the dunks you've seen this season, put this on the 1 to 10 Richter scale.
About to wait a moment for that as play continues.
Johnson over Karwowski. And Johnson, who did not start tonight, playing with 4 fouls, is up to 22 points. There's another steal for the Vaqueros. Simmons will take a 3. And just like that, it's a 9-point game. Too little too late, but UTRGV with some momentum heading back on the bus back to the Rio Grande Valley. All right, let's take a look at this dunk on a 0 to 10. What's your score for this flush from Mike Adewume?
Well, I'm going to go back to my memory when I watched it live, and it was much more impressive than seeing it on the screen. I'm going to give it a 9.5. So I think a 9.5 for that dunk, Matt. It was very impressive. Like I said, I think that there was some frustration in that dunk as well.
That's the player they wanted when they got him from SIU Edwardsville. Let's take another look at this dunk.
Yeah.
That's a 10 for me. Part of it is Damon Nicholas Jr. backs out of the way. And I think if he stays there, it's a better dunk.
Yeah,
if the defender leaves, it takes some of the luster away.
It does.
But he vacates, didn't want to be posterized. Impressive dunk. It's a 10-point win for Sam Houston. Make that an 8-point win as there's another steal. Sloppy basketball at the end from Sam Houston, but a win's a win no matter how it looks in the second half. And UTRGV should walk on that bus proud. Their first game since December 17th, and they cut in the deficit from 26 down. Late in this one, they only lose by 8.
Well, I think it's something they wanted to finish well. Obviously, the Bearcats had, you know, some of the bench playing for them, and we're kind of letting loose a little bit. So, but great effort by the Vaqueros. Hope they can get their season